A really big, huge one out there.
Yep.
So then there's this. If you play this on Nightmare, getting past this level is almost impossible.
Yeah, this opening space, right? Yeah, because it's got the
you have to
acid.
come back.
Yeah. You double back.
Nightmare, you don't ever want to come back.
Yeah.
And if you have to, have fun with that.
Yeah,
right? So that's like the big problem is.
And there's like demons right around here, and like just taking care of those guys in this hallway or something.
They can see through here, right? And this isn't hard mode. Otherwise, I'd be done.
Yeah.
At this point. But yeah, this is a really nice, like, okay, here's a courtyard thing. There's a see through, huge secret right in front of you that you feel like you can't see anything there, but like But why is it here?
Why is there an open pit here? Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that I could disguise a floor, and slime,
Yeah.
And so that was one of the special, like, oh, this is a special sector raise that when it raises to the top, it takes the texture next to it.
Yep.
Because I need to transform this burning stuff. You take all the properties of it and put it on it.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of a special sector that needed to be created to do things like that. Otherwise, if there was a pathway down on the ground, it's like, oh, I know where I'm coming back.
Yep.
Kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
This was really great right here because this is the best usable like
barrel.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
You're done.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, if people haven't jibbed a guy with a barrel yet, they will then. Yeah, yep. Yeah, and like early in the game, you have those things that are more like gimmies, just to kind of like train people on.
This is what you can do. Yep. Yeah. The ramping was really important, and so I think that the game has a really good ramp. From even between levels, I think it has a really good ramp going up.
Yep.
And just like encounter rules, like things that you learn when you're having an encounter.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And this was a really cool, like, I want to go there.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of my favorite secrets. And
there's something down there. Of course, you can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I want to get that. Yeah. That's one of the few secrets, which I did in E1M7 as well. But this was the first one, and this was the one that had the really cool audio.
Yeah.
In the hallway. And then this opens up that hallway. This is the other secret. No dude. Hard mode. Oh, there is a dude. I'll see that later because there's a secret. Yeah, and this was interesting because this was like a diagonal. So you're in a room here with these squares and you kind of get used to it. And there's this thing popping out that looks kind of interesting, but now it's like a diagonal in here, which when I drew it was on a diagonal too. So it was like a little level design challenge too, trying to keep this thing lined up and everything. So this actually, come on. That's so funny. That was the other thing about the game. It's just humorous, Yeah. It's just, the game was just funny.
Yeah.
And you're killing demons. You're not killing people,
yeah.
Like former humans, but like they're cartoony.
Yeah.
Although when it came out, this was like the most realistic thing ever, and people flipped out.
Shocking. And,
But it's kind of funny,
Yeah.
It's cartoony. But then, like, you're hearing stuff. There's no way that you're going to be able to tell how you're going to get back there because these don't give away that you can do it. This is an audio cue. If you can pay attention to sound now, you can learn where the secret is because people heard it.
Yep.
So that was like the first one of those. A lot of the level design language, there was a lot of it built in here. Just as like, here's a really cool palette. Like stepping from one to the other is kind of interesting. Yeah. Can you chain a lot of those together, to make secret after secret after secret if you can just reach the next piece? Because you'll have to start over if you can't. Kind of had that in E1M6. No, it's E1M9. There's a room that has the pillars on it that go in a circle kind of to the chainsaw.
That's right, yep.
Like if you mess up on one of those, you got to restart the whole thing. And it's just a little room, like have fun with that little puzzle.
Yeah.
And then this one here is like, here's the slime road. Oh, let's go in here. Whoa. Here's the secret where the chain gun is. and the dead dude.
And that takes you up. Yeah, that's right. That takes you up.
It takes me up where this guy was.
And that forms a loop, you know. And so now you're like, oh, I'm back here.
Yeah.
You know.
Lots of loops.
Yeah,
you know, like
definitely.
going around here.
Yep. Yeah, that maze, the last level was a loop too.
Because this here, if you go across that, see?
Yeah.
That's why this is here.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that you have to double back through this because then you can. I always thought that was cool. Like.
Yeah, it did it when you went up to it versus before because I wanted you to be right in front of it. Yeah, and then the side one as you go into the room. So another one. It's layer after layer, and I think you're. Okay, yeah, I could get through here. Damn. Yeah, so it's like multi-layered in a secret. It's like, ooh, secret, nice things? No, bad things.
Yeah.
But you have to pay for it because this is the secret level. Like this is how you.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. And now you're like, and then it has a lookout over that O-shaped.
Yeah, if you
bridge.
If you remember this here.
Yep.
Then
like the rocket launcher and nice.
Yeah,
and then
you're done. Yeah.
First time you play this, you come through and you're like, well, what you notice where you are now. And you're like, yeah, what's up there?
Yeah, because there's a guy up there. How do I get his loot?
Yeah.
You know? But then basically there's a ton of loops. Like loops are, and interestingly, like that's the way great deathmatch levels are made. Lots of loops and lots of heights and stuff, especially in Quake. Yeah. Like opening this up, you could see that there's a secret. Yeah. You know, if you pay attention, you know, and you like, why is this little area here with a blinking light? You know, like that's kind of weird. Yeah. And you open it. Then you're seeing into an area that you probably didn't see yet. Yep. And so you're like, what? How do I get there? You know? Yeah. And you look around and just like somehow it exists. Yep. You know, you look at the map. Where is it? Yeah. And so you're just trying to figure out how these things connect.
Yeah, and looking at the map when it's incomplete, when you don't know how to get into an area, and then like being able to kind of puzzle it out, like that's a really fun form of, you know, of puzzle solving, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's too bad we didn't have this overlay when we were doing it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But we could play the game in this mode.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's basically what the editor looks like, kind of, because it's all, you know, it's all 2.5D, and you can just represent everything there.
So you can see how easy and how nice it is to have these two-sided lines. The red lines are the solids, and then the browns and yellows. Totally. And so those were the things that we really, these two-sided lines were everything to this game. Like they gave us all of our functionality. Yep. You know, here's the surprise. Yep. Yeah, lights out, guys. Boom.
It's still good.
And I also use that as the movie light thing again to get you out of here.
Kind of breadcrumb you. Yep.
Yeah, because this is where people would get.
And that's the bait.
Yeah, bait.
And then,
the hill. Wipe these dudes out.
I had a friend way back in the day who this was the point where he stopped playing.
Oh, really?
Just because, you know, like
there's more to come.
It's such a dirty, you know, it's such a trick, you know? It's like, the lights turn out and these guys are coming in behind you. Yeah.
You know, you just hear that. Yeah. Holy shit! You know, you're probably terrified and you're creeping around anyway. Yep. And like you come around this corner and you're like, oh, and good, just the normal dudes. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And then you come and eat, you know, touch this thing, and now it's the imps, which you don't want to see. And fire in this room. Yeah. That's why they were in there, is because the fire looked cool in the dark. Yep. And then I stuck this. This level did not have that in there while I was making it, but before I finished the level, I had to put it in there because, like, how do I get out of here?
That's your lifeline. Yeah,
people are gonna get stuck if I don't do this. And you know, we did let a few people play the game. We brought a few people into the office to play the game before it launched. One of those people was American McGee. He was a Volkswagen mechanic, and Carmack had just he was Nate Carmack's neighbor, and so he's just asked him, hey, you like games? You want to test the game that we're working on? Yeah, sure. And he came over and I had him running through UNM5. Mm-hmm. That was his first test level. Yeah, so this was another cool little cutout. Yeah. You know, which didn't happen very often in the game, where I would just cut out the ceiling and let you see outside like this.
Works really nicely with the tech column.
Yeah.
Good deco.
What is that?
There's so many mind games with this. Like, this is reminding me, like turning out the lights on the player, and you know, and they're not
like right up front, right here. In fact, does that show the sector? I wonder how that happened, because you had to come up to it and then it opened.
Yeah.
This, you have to get right here,
Right.
But I don't see a trigger in here.
Well, it might be invisible. Like I think you can flag a line def as like doesn't show up on auto map or something.
Yep.
So yeah,
you're right.
That's your invisible tripwire.
Yeah, we don't want to give
thing.
those away.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just thing after thing, and then like this next area is the first invisibility that you get to see. And it's funny because this kind of pulls you through and you lose the secret if you don't think about it. Because the secret's behind me.
Yeah. Yep.
Whoa. Seriously.
That's the first, that's the first like stair builder type thing.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, if I thought about it, look at that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a secret. Yeah, it's a secret with a key door.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty rare to have a secret with a key.
Yeah.
So there's your thing there. In hard mode, there's dudes out there shooting at you.
Yep.
Which is pretty rare. A non-gettable area.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just enemies in an area that you can't get to.
Yeah, I didn't think about that whole like, but I want those shotguns, you know? I didn't think about that. I just thought about, this is a hard thing. You're paying to get in the secret, and now you're going to get hit. Yeah. But you're going to have an invisibility thing. Which actually, I think in the game was probably the weakest power-up that we ever had.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a liability sometimes when you're dodging like a Baron fireball or something. You know, like sometimes it'll actually come right at you where you dodge. And, yeah.
Bad. So there's that guy.
Yeah.
And another diagonal here. This is diagonal inside the editor, I think. Let me see.
Oh, I think the map like align like in Doomsday, the map like rotates.
So this is the normal alignment. No, it's horizontal.
Yeah.
It's horizontal. That's that.
But it's diagonal to get to the
there.
thing. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like you can see here, that is not symmetrical.
Yeah. No, this is not
a symmetrical level. Totally. And so that's what I like to see. Like if I pop up an auto map, I like to see something that's like very different like that. Yeah. So there's the last dude in hard mode. Yeah. Yeah, this room, this whole area here most people don't really remember too much about this stuff here, I don't think. Because you just don't spend hardly any time, you're just kind of in and out. Yep. And sometimes you say, hey, do you remember the exit room on E1M3? No. Yeah. Some of them you do, like E1M1 you would, and E1M2 possibly. This one's kind of forgettable.
Were there any tendencies you noticed amongst them, like that you hadn't thought of? The way they played the game and like how it might have affected the way you designed it?
When we brought people in, which was only like a couple of 2-3 other people, we didn't really notice. I think with Doom it was probably noticed people could take a right most of the time. Like when they come through a door, they have a choice, they go right. So that was kind of, we noticed that, and it wasn't until Quake where we decided that light hints are really important to force people in the direction that they should go. Because there were areas where you need to go left to see where you have to go later. Because I designed this area to like, you'll see a door that's locked over here, but if you don't go there because you're going to go straight through here, you're going to miss this and not know that you have to come back to it. So I need you to come here. So I'm going to darken this area. I'm going to put a big effect over here. And then make you go, whoa, let's go over that way. So Quake was more of that. This didn't have some of those things, but this was I think where we saw, wow, people take a right like most of the time when they have a choice.